Some of you manufacture paper shredders. Not because you had a belief that paper shredding will change the country. By the way, I love you if you produce paper shredders. I'm from the bottom of my heart. You are the strength of the country. You run a small business, probably. You hire people. You help people. However, you're in it because you're in it. He did not go into paper shredding. He went into politics. That's it. There is not a person listening to this show who knows what he stands for. He stands for being nice, and he's not nice, by the way. He might be nice to friends. I have no doubt about that. I have not found him nice. I found him obsequious. I have found him false. And I have no reason to say this because there's no... This I will predict, and if I'm wrong on this, I really will eat crow. He's not going to get the nomination. All right? And this is not exactly a courageous prediction, but he's depending on the black vote in South Carolina. Now, that is such an interesting thing. He was the vice president to the presidency of Barack Obama. Barack Obama's black. Or half black. Nobody ever notes that, and I think it should be noted because truth is just a wonderful thing. But and because it's just important in general. He was raised by a white mother. He didn't even know his black father, who was a Kenyan immigrant. And by the way, even to raise this is to almost invite attack. And I'll tell you why, because truth is not a left-wing value. And here's proof. This is absolutely essential to understand. When he was the mayor of New York City, he reduced crime significantly. When you reduce crime, especially murder, in New York City, that means you have saved overwhelmingly black lives. If you believe Black Lives Matter, and I don't believe that the people who support Black Lives Matter believe Black Lives Matter any more than I don't believe feminists care about women, and I don't believe that communists care about workers. The left uses people. They use blacks, they use workers, they use women, and so I don't believe it. If you really think Black Lives Matter, then you are for stop and frisk. As I said on the air, on the radio 2 days ago, I believe it was, we are stopped and frisked at airports. And the answer, well, that's voluntary, is absurd. It's not voluntary. You are at the airport out of necessity. You have not volunteered to be stopped and frisked. You might as well say that people avoided 42nd Street in Manhattan so as not to be stopped and frisked. They could have walked elsewhere and not been, or wherever they were likely to happen. There was a direct correlation between stop and frisk and diminution of murdered human beings. Black Lives Matter is a left-wing, radical, anti-U.S., anti-white movement. Anti-police movement. It is not concerned with black lives, and it is certainly not concerned with truth. The proof about the feminist movement is that they have not said a word on behalf of all of the girls and women who've been defeated by biological males who say that they are females in all the sports competitions. Because they are leftists before they are women protectors. Get it? That's it. That's what you need to know. It is like it's like the environmentalist movement is largely a left-wing movement. If it really cared about the environment, it would be for nuclear power. There would be massive demonstrations for nuclear power. I don't believe they believe we have 11 years to survive. That is how destructive this is. So now, Bloomberg, who should be regarded as unserious. He has taken back his stop and frisk policy. Gee, I'm sorry I saved all those black lives. Because you know you can't run as a Democrat and be for stop and frisk. You have to lie to be a Democratic nominee.